Grumpy Bird and the princess who had almost everything. I really like these stories. That's why I'm going to share them with you. So the first one is Grumpy Bird by Jeremy Tangard. Grumpy Bird. Grumpy Bird. When Bird woke up, he was grumpy. He was too grumpy to eat. He was too grumpy to play. In fact, he was too grumpy to fly. Looks like I'm walking today, said Bird. Bird walked past Sheep. Good morning, Bird, said Sheep. What are you doing? Walking, said Bird. Nice, said Sheep. I'll keep you company. Bird walked past Rabbit. Hi there, Bird, said Rabbit. What are you doing? I'm walking, said Bird. It's no fun. I could use some exercise, says Rabbit. I'll walk too. Bird walked past Raccoon. Hey, Bird, said Raccoon. What are you doing? I'm walking, snapped Bird. What does it look like? It looks like fun, said Raccoon. I'm coming too. Bird walked past Beaver. Hello, Bird, said Beaver. What are you doing? Let me give you a hint, said Bird. You do it by placing one foot in front of the other. Walking, guessed Beaver. I love walking. Bird walked past Fox. Good day, Bird, said Fox. What are you doing? Why does everybody want to know what I'm doing? Shouted Bird. I'm just walking, okay? Okay, said Fox. Let's go. Next page. Bird walked and the other animals walked. Bird stopped. The other animals stopped. Bird stood on one leg. The other animals stood on one leg. So everybody's copying him. Bird jumped. The other animals jumped. Hey, this is fun, said Bird. Come on, said Bird, who had forgotten all about being grumpy. Let's fly back to my nest for a snack. I didn't know the other animals can fly. And they did. So, we're done, Grumpy Bird. Next one, the princess who had almost everything. Oh, the back. Next page. Oh, I have a feeling like the trailer for this book. By Rachel Levant and Josie Massey. A long time ago, if you looked very top of that hill, you would see a castle as lovely as the castle as Elyzza, the princess who lived in the castle. Her parents loved her dearly and everything they could do to make her happy. But every day and every night, no matter how far you stood, you would always hear Elyzza yell, "I'm bored." Next page. The king and queen thought always about ways to amuse Elyzza. A famous architect built a magnificent castle for the princess and the people of the kingdom to gather to see him unveil it. It was the finest castle ever seen. They all agreed, what with its turrets and its own built-in roller coaster. They clapped their hands and cheered. Not Elyzza. It's horrible, was all she had to say. So this is Elyzza. There you go. The queen and king commanded the gardeners to plant a maze in the royal garden full of sorts of leafy delights and fragrant flowers. It was the most delightful maze that anyone had ever seen. Elyzza just held her nose and pronounced the garden stinky. But at last, something caught her eye. She stepped aboard an electrical train that was just her size. She clanked the bell and rode and rode and rode and rode. And then, "I'm bored," she howled. And by the way, if you don't see her, she's right here. Okay? I almost lost my page. Elyzza got off the train. She tried to take a step, but she felt as if the ground was rolling under her feet. "I'm dizzy. I can't walk straight," she shouted. She was still shouting when her servants arrived to carry her back to the castle. So this is them running back to the castle. This is the train. The shoemaker was waiting with the finest wares to tempt her. They didn't. She tried on delicate pair of golden slippers, perfect for dancing. "Do I look like a mature princess? These are too small," she frowned. Next, she tried on sturdy boots, perfect for climbing up and down the castle hill. "Do you think I'm an elephant?" she groaned. The last pair of shoes was pointy. All the rage. She screamed, "Now I look like a crazy bird." If the shoemaker wanted to answer, we will never know, because he was drowned out by a fantastic rafter shaking bellow. "I'm bored." Elyzza kicked off her pointy shoes and ran barefooted across the court to the dining room. royal bakers had created a dessert wonderland, mountains of cakes, shimmering jellies, and lavish cupcakes with dollops of pink icing. Elyzza's eyes sparkled, her nose quivered. She hopped onto the table and headed for frothy confection of cherries and marzipan and whipped cream. She stuffed her mouth, 3 cherries at a time, and though the whipping cream muffled the sound, there was no mistake her when she yelled, "I'm bored." Next, it was time for her bath. The royal genius scientist had created a princess washer for Elyzza. The machine sprinkled the princess with water, then soap. It rinsed her hair until it gleamed. It scrubbed her ears and nose until they were squeaky clean. Elyzza couldn't say "I'm bored," not because she didn't want to, mind you, but because whenever she opened her mouth, the automatic toothbrush her teeth until they sparkled. When she was clean, the princess washer dried off, slipped a silky nightgown over her head, popped her into the conveyor belt that led straight to her bed. The king was waiting for her, a book on his lap. Elyzza snuggled down to listen. It was her favorite, a fine story of the knights and ladies, dragons and honor. Again, she mumbled, she yawned. The king read on until Elyzza was asleep. In all the kingdom, it was the most wonderful moment of the day. Elyzza was peaceful. No one heard a sound from her, all calm and serene, until Elyzza woke up howling. Her cries echoed up and down the hill. King and queen hurried to her bedside. "Our dear baby." "She's sleeping already." "What can we do for you?" asked her anxious father. "Is there anything I can do to make you smile?" And kept quiet, though the queen, but she said nothing. Elyzza sniffed a coin. "I want a prince." Show the pages. Okay, the next morning, the royal drums rolled rat-tat-tat-tat-tum in the town square. Hear ye, noble gentlemen of all in the land. The king promises the hand of his daughter, Princess Elyzza, in the marriage to the man who can keep her from growing bored. All that day, Princess traveled to the kingdom. They came in every shape and size and character. Ne'er-do-wells and ruffians, snooty ones and mousy ones, meek ones, show-off and fast-talkers. One by one, the suitors were presented to Elyzza. Each tried to amuse her. But before each was though, Elyzza was either asleep or grumbling, "I'm bored." Finally, the last suitor arrived. He was announced as Prince Connor. Connor had arrived on a horseback, huge box strapped onto his side. He zoomed and pushed the box toward Elyzza. Elyzza has never seen warm and a friendly smile. He didn't seem afraid of her at all. Instead, he tugged the end of the string that was tied to the box. Elyzza was puzzled. The only thing that was in the box was paper, sheets and sheets of paper. She was gathered herself to yell when the prince seized a large sheet of paper and folded it. He folded again and again. A fine house appeared in his hands. Fascinated. Why don't you make something? It could be anything you want, the prince suggested to her. So, next page. Elyzza practiced making things from paper. When she got bored with paper, she learned to paint, then to knit, then to hook rugs, then to grow wheat. She learned to play the horn. In the years that followed, Princess Elyzza and Prince Connor married, and together they built paper castles to their delight children. So this is Princess Elyzza, and this one is Prince Connor. Okay, and that is the end of the story. I hope you like these two stories. Which one was your favorite one? The princess who had almost everything, or Grumpy Bird? Please subscribe, share this video with another person, and bye!